Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with Ngannou. Goes the win! Francis Ngannou!
But this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow. It looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish. Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get the goal. It's a knockout. Oh, my It's a knockout.
And it's closing in. Trying to finish it. And it's over.
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Piercing. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the canvas.
Now you're going to get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him.
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy or not. That's in the book of Earl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
Gotta be very careful.
Holy shit, are we fucking live? That's the way I'm going to start the shows from now on. I think it's going to be what? Like, whoa, what happened? Hey, squirrel.
What happened? I blacked out.
What's going on, Trash Talkers? What's going on, Gruntworks Nation? We are live for your UFC bets and pick'em action. Now, I was indisposed last weekend, so I did not get to make any picks. I mean, I picked myself off the floor, I think, at some point in time in the night. But I had to take I had to take a little break from drinking for at least 12 hours. But I'm back. All right, 10th Mountain Bourbon. Thanks a lot, 10th Mountain Whiskey. Go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and put in the code VTT. Get yourself a discount. Well, boys, ladies, we got everybody here. We got Triggered Joe. We got the Drunken Cyborg, and then we got
Triggered Joe. We got the Drunken Cyborg, and then we got and we still got the champ.
Volume on.
And somebody is parroting Nick.
Somebody has their volume on. Oh, I'm gonna go with Bill. He's looking. I've never seen Bill that red in the face.
He looks so guilty.
He's so guilty. All right, but I was just. Actually, I'm a ref. I'm gonna walk around the ring and assess him 1 point to the group. No, but no, Bill is still the champion. All right, nobody can dethrone him. We've been trying for years, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But all right, guys, what's going on? What we got going on here? It's Stacks.
You know, the studio audience. We just narrated to them that you were lost between the 16th and 17th hole somewhere where your back gave out last week. So that's where our audience was tracking.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened. I know I had two birdies though.
Drinking. I call it
12 hours. I mean, I didn't say straight, right? So it is what it is. But how are the fights last week? What happened? What's going on? Were they good ones? Did we win money? I don't forget. I didn't look at my bank account.
That's not what I meant to say.
Not great, not horrible. We had there's a couple flukes in there, but that's what happens. It's the fight world.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Debbie Watson says hello, everybody. And what's up, Debbie? And then we got Linda Rodriguez. We kind of make fun of this in El Paso with the news. They'll talk just like I am, but then when a Spanish name comes on, all of a sudden, Linda Rodriguez. It's hey, how come you didn't say it like that for my name? But anyways, Tanner Port just dropped the eyeballs. Wow, he must have off work or something because he has stopped watching since Bill embarrassed him and Joe embarrassed him on the show. But yeah, Linda's here. She's out. I think she's out in Vegas right now, having a good time. Thanks for chiming in. Now we do picks here. All right, UFC picks, betting, sports betting. Okay, so disclaimer: if you don't have money, don't gamble. All right, just don't do it. Otherwise, you'd just be a degenerate gambler as opposed to just a gambler or just a degenerate. So be one or the other. Don't be both. Because that's when
it'd be easy throwing that degenerate word around.
Yeah, easy,
all right.
Easy. I can't. I mean, I don't know if I can spell it anymore, but so I think I can. So I'm going to still use it. But yeah, I'm
sorry. You're right. You weren't even talking to me. I got insecure. So.
Right, and then Clifford Bauman's texting me right now, so he's obviously not following Veteran Trash Talk because otherwise he would have known it was live. All right, and then he wouldn't be texting me, Clifford Bauman. But no, I hope you're doing all right, buddy, and I can't wait to have you on the show to promote your new book. All right, again. It even took VTT's Drunken Cyborg like 2 weeks to figure this out. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, do not bet on what I'm saying. All right, don't pick like me. Don't think like me when it comes to this. I pick based on their name and their jawline, and sometimes like the way they look. All right, so don't listen to me. If I'm winning, we're having a bad day. Unless I just got lucky and picked everybody Bill, Joe, and Cyborg pick. So, but then listen to these guys and stick around till the end because at the end they give you the meat and potatoes that make you all the money. All right, the locks, their DraftKings sleeper, and their parlays. Okay, I think we should get into it because that was a pretty good intro. And again, grab your drinks. Cheers. All right, we're sponsored by 10th Mountain Whiskey out of Vail, Colorado. So go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and again put in that code VTT and get yourself a discount. And then there's a Drunken Cyborg can't mute her stuff again. So we have VTTGW up in the corner. Okay, go ahead and scan that. We have a brand new store. Okay, the store is all done. So go there, screen on it, go pick out your best shirts and go buy a shirt. And then put in that code under there and get yourself a discount. So, Debbie watching from St. Louis. Oh, we were there once. Yeah, Joe almost got killed at a gas station in St. Louis. Yeah. That was fun. So,
touche.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the power of cigarettes. Yeah. But I quit. Hey, Nick. You know what we haven't mentioned? You know what I was doing before the show today? Like literally right before? I was watching NFL football.
Right. I saw Jordan Love throw a tutty. All right. And so look out. Preseason.
Playing right down the street at Ford Field right now.
See, now I kind of feel this is the
quick question to jump in here quick. Hey, speaking of smoking, where is the Nick Dave bet? Where are we at with that?
Oh, we all lost that one. So he was he could not control himself here at the golf tournament. So he is definitely. But I mean, I gave that bet up a long time ago. I gave it the next day. So
Dave's got that weird European loyalty to cigarettes. He wants to be like the bad guys in the movies, and he'll never put them down.
Yeah, like he could have won, but he.
Wait till they start throwing some crow's feet on that beautiful face of his.
I'm telling you right now, if one of you offers me $10,000 and not drink for a year, I will not drink for a year. Right?
Dude, I quit smoking for free.
Like easy.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough money for me to stop drinking.
Yeah, there is. There is. Yeah, there's always a number. Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, I like bourbon too much.
Yeah, well, that's great.
$1 million man.
But hey, again, if you're watching, say hi, say where you're watching from, and Chris probably has something to do, so he's already put the first fight up on the screen, getting us rolling. All right, for the first fight, we got this guy named Josh Fremd. Yeah, Josh. Josh. Like, okay, so Josh is coming in at 10-4 versus Jamie Pickett. All right, now the Big Earl thought a lot about this fight. All right, I was studying their previous fights. I was looking at their diets, everything, their coaches, and I'm going to go with Jamie by fence post slam. All right, KO in the second round. All right, you see what I did there? Picket, fence post. All right, well, let's start with VTT's Drunken Cyborg. Who do you got in this?
So on this one, I've got Fremd. I think Pickett tries to stay on the outside too much, which is a good game to play for points. However, I do think Fremd has a better capability of being able to get on the inside and force people to play his game and get them to the ground. So I'm going to go with a round 3 submission on this one because Pickett does have fantastic takedown defense. Just absolutely fantastic, but you can get him to the ground. Not that Bo Nickel is the best person to put up against that because he can get basically anybody to the ground, but he did put up a fight with Bo, which says some shit, but also I think once he gets into the later rounds, he's going to get tired. He's going to be able to get taken down, and I think that's where Fremd has him.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I never lost to Bo, so yeah, probably not a good example. All right, Joe, what say you?
Yeah, Stax is she's pretty close to the center of the dartboard on this one. I think Pickett, he's been guilty of putting $5 in the tank when he should have filled it up and running out of gas before the fight's over. Fremd is a little bit younger, a little bit newer to the UFC after 3 fights, but did make me a believer in the fact that he was being slept on in his fight against Cedric Dumas in his last weight out. I think he was plus 200 dog. I actually picked Dumas to win that fight on a parlay, and Fremd cost me money. So what do we do in Vegas? We say, oh, everyone's going to believe in Fremd now. Let's make him a plus or minus 355 favorite, which is freaking ridiculous, Vegas. Ridiculous for him to be a 350 favorite over anybody yet. He's 1-2 in the UFC, for Christ's sake. But I do have him winning this fight. He completes 75% of his takedowns, and I think that's going to be enough to get Jamie Pickett to the ground. And what Jamie Pickett, where he's an anomaly is, he's got good takedown defense, but once he gets to the ground, it's like he's never trained submission defense in his life. He's got 4 losses by sub. He's never subbed anybody. He doesn't like it down there. And Fremd is 6'4", very gangly, and looked really good in his last fight out. I'm going to take Fremd, saying he gets him to the ground and subs him in round 2.
In my best Bill Lumberg impression, yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you there.
I'm going to have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
Because his name's Josh, okay? So
we lost some people, so we're kind of playing catch up.
But let's go to the champ, which I have an announcement to make at the end of this. But Bill is the champ, all right? Still the reigning, pretty much undefeated, except for a cornhole game, champion of the world in the last.
I will admit, I got my ass handed to me in cornhole.
Yeah, but all right, Bill, the champ. What say you in this?
Here's the thing. This one, I agree with both of them. Let me lead off with that. I disagree with Joe a little bit on the odds making. Do I think Fremd should be a minus 350? Maybe not. But I do think he's a pretty heavy favorite in this one, and here's why. Jamie Pickett has lost 5 of his last 7. 4 of those were finishes, and all of his submission losses were in the first round. Jamie Pickett just sucks. I mean,
I agree with you on that. I think he's kind of a bitch too, to be honest with you.
I mean, he just sucks. So Fremd is
like, it's not even a skill thing. I think he wants out of there.
Yeah, Fremd is one of my locks. I have it by a first round submission. I just think Joe actually hit the nail on the head. He's got decent takedown defense, but when he does go to the ground, it's like all knowledge of any type of submission defense just flies out the window. And Fremd has a lot of submission wins if you look at his record. So I got Fremd by first round submission. Fremd is one of my locks. I think Pickett he doesn't have that thing that fighters need to have to fight through shit. And this is just not the sport for that. I think he taps way too early. I think a lot of his submissions were kind of weak, and he just tapped early.
I love it.
So yeah, Fremd first round submission, and one of my locks.
All right. Well, hey, here's a good segue into go buy our shirts because look, we started this company during COVID when we all had nothing to do, right? And we had, we were in our house, good setups, doing things, but now we're back to work. All right, Bill's doing his Army thing. All right, so buy some shirts so we can buy some good stuff. All right, and that way we can come at you with a better presentation. All right, because right now Bill's mic is farting, and we don't know why. All right, but it is what it is. I'm over it if you are. Okay.
It's intermittent too. It's like it's messing with them because it cleans up and then it does it.
Yeah, it's like, here we go. All right, we got AJ Dobson. All right, middleweight fight coming in at 6'2" and 1 no contest, whatever that means. All right, and then we got this. This is a good one. Tafan, whatever that is. Nchukwi?
You're really close to. For you, that's extremely close. Tafan and Nchukwi.
Nchukwi.
That was pretty good for you.
Nchukwi.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to. Our little boy all grows up.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to change one of these guys' names to make this pick because, every time I see the name Dobson, I think Dotson, right?
10% truth, buddy. You roll with it.
So I'm going to go Dobson by Barbasol choke, all right, in the first round because Dotson, we got Dotson here. See, nobody cares. Okay. So like that, you get it because he had the Barbasol.
We're the only two who know where that's from, aren't we, Nick?
Yeah, with the DNA and the Barbasol can. Like, come on. All right.
Jurassic Park, Newman from Seinfeld.
Okay, so anyway.
We got Dotson here.
Dotson here. See, don't agree with it. See, nobody cares. All right, so I got Dotson by Barbasol choke in the first round. Let's go to Joe. Trigger Joe, what say you?
Oh, man, I don't. Hey, Bill, for the first time in the history of ESPN, they don't have the odds underneath these guys. And I know it was pretty close. Do you have them in front of you?
Yeah, Dobson was a plus 120, and the other one was minus 142.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't have a whole lot of faith in either one of these guys because I've seen both sides of their game from both of them. They're inconsistent. And, in Chikwi, he comes out there looking like a Greek god, but, he doesn't necessarily fight that way all the time. And, man, something makes me want to pick Dobson to Russell because something's telling me that Nchukwi's going to have a problem with that just because I've seen his striking and it's good, but it's not anything that's going to stop takedowns coming in. And Dobson lands 80% of his takedowns. And I could see this one. I think the pick here and what I'm going to put in a parlay is that this fight goes the distance or Dobson, just because I've seen Nchukwi and I don't like it. He came in 4 pounds overweight.
I see what you're doing right
which
now.
I don't know.
Like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say coming in 4 pounds overweight is a good thing or a bad thing or an advantage. I don't know. All I know is that Nchukwi looks muscle bound and gassed by halfway through the second round, and oh my God, I'm gonna go with the other 6-2 fighter and say an underdog wins. Why not gamble? It's Vegas. I'll say Dobson wins the decision. I'm sure that I'm gonna get some disagreement on this one.
Yeah, maybe, possibly, but the Baker's putting.
I think Bill's clapping because he wants to do a point on it.
Yeah, the Baker's putting notes in
probably.
The chat. But yeah, that's not a good one. That's not a good one. That's be more of like the name that I start under, not the movie. So like, we think about it that way. But all right, the champ. What say you on this way?
Joe, I was clapping because you need to ring the fucking alarm. Dobson.
We did it again.
Dobson is 100% my DraftKings sleeper. Here's the thing. Joe nailed it. Nchukwi, or whatever the fuck you want to say his name. He's just a muscle-bound guy that sucks. And here's the other thing. His last 2 fights, he's been finished.
That would be a good one.
And Dobson, he's coming off 2 losses, but he's coming off 2 losses, but they were decision losses, and he's fought decent guys, to be honest with you. I think Dobson is highly underrated in this fight. I think Joe hit the nail on the head. I think this is going to be a decision win for Dobson. 100% my DraftKings sleeper. I think Chukwi is going to gas out early, and Dobson is just going to point him to death until the end of the round. I mean, and who knows? Chukwi could get slept. I mean, like I said, he's coming off of 2 KO losses. I don't think Dobson has that power in him, but I do think he has the cardio to just outpoint the shit out of a tired guy with a lot of lactic acid buildup, which is what I think is going to happen in this fight. So again,
I get worried about a guy that's Go on. I'm sorry, Bill. No, I get worried about Chukwi because he comes in 6-0, and now he's 6-2 after his last 2 fights being slept twice, and he looked very unimpressive. I mean, I know Carlos Oberg might be the real deal. He might not just be Adesanya's buddy, but he made Chukwi look like a minor leaguer. He kind of, if you ever seen Lennox Lewis knock out Hakeem Rockman, it was that one too. The pop pop, and he could have waited on the second one.
And here's the thing: Dobson's coming off of 2 decision losses to Malkoun and Petrosian, which aren't
there's
bad.
Much better competition.
Yeah, and he took him to the end. So 1, I like the over on this one. 2, I like Dobson by decision, and 3, DraftKings sleeper.
Yeah, I was in a film, muscular guys that suck. So it's.
I was gonna say, I thought I saw that on my guide at 3 a.m. one night on Cinemax. Like I woke up on the couch and I was like, muscular guys who suck. Wait, what?
Suck. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, that's not. Is that pay per view? I don't have this channel.
Yeah. Don't worry, 10th Mountain doesn't care that we say those things.
I think it's a Nick's IMDb, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So special skills. Yeah, like. But, all right, Drunken Cyborg, who you got?
I'm basically right on par with everything you guys said. Chukwi, however you can say that shit. He just doesn't set up his shots at all. Not shots like trying to take somebody down, but he doesn't set up his punches at all. He just throws these huge wild haymakers at all times, which obviously is going to tire him out, which is why he's always freaking done by the end of his fights. And honestly, Dobson's just better put together. He can read that in a fight. He's going to be able to pick him apart, but I don't think he's going to be able to put, however you say his fucking name, I don't think he's going to be able to put him away. He's really, really hard to put away. He's got a great chin on him. So this one goes the distance with a Dobson decision in my eyes.
Very nice, very nice. All right, there you have it, fight fans. I think they went 3 for 3 on that one. Okay, let's go to the next one, and it's a women's strawweight fight.
Yes.
And you got Polyana Viana, all right, versus Lucindo. Viana's coming in at 13-5, and then Lucindo's coming in at 14-5. I look at these two fighters. Like I said, I put a lot of analysis into it. And I'm going to go right away with Lucindo winning by absolute massacre on this one, because one looks like she grew up in a box in Rio de Janeiro, and the other one looks like she's like here for make money on Instagram. So I'm going to go with the one that looks like she grew up in a box fighting, cage fighters since she was 7, all right, maybe in the Thailand circuit. I'm going to go with her by knockout in the first round. Champ, what say you?
Oof. Listen, Lucindo is a heavy favorite. I shouldn't say heavy. She's a minus 198 favorite. On this
I was right.
Betting wise, I'm staying the hell away from this fight. Here's why. Both these girls are kind of garbage. If it goes past the first round, Lucindo wins. But Viana has a very good chance of armbarring Lucindo in the first round. Lucindo is known to go to decisions a lot, but she has been finished early. Viana lives or dies by the armbar in the first round. She either gets it or loses by it. It's shit. Again, betting wise, stay away from this one. Screw it. I'm gonna go with the underdog. I'm gonna go with Viana by submission, first round.
Oh, very nice, very nice. All right, Drunken Cyborg, who do you got?
So on this one, I like Viana better than Lucindo on this, specifically because while both of them can stand and bang all goddamn day, I really do think Viana can just stand with her and do pretty well. She also is capable of getting on the inside, again, just like Fremd, and forcing them to the ground. And that's where I think she's got the edge, as well as her armbar game is really, really great if she can freaking get it. However, I haven't seen enough of Lucindo's grappling skills to really tell, so I'm not going to bet on this one. There's no friggin' way. However, I went with decision because I couldn't get a read on her grappling skills well enough to tell if she was going to be able to get out of those arm bars or what we were going to do there. But I can see Viana keeping her on the ground this entire fight, basically. Maybe popping up here and there, getting back on the inside, taking her back down, and just doing that the whole damn fight. But I'm going the distance on Viana here.
It sounds like this is a start the grill fight, as we used to say. Like, if this is dinner time, start the grill up because nobody wants to watch this.
I would say if it gets out of the first round, start the grill.
Start the grill. All right. Trigger Joe, what say you?
Yeah, we're on a mind melt here. Mind melt. If you've ever seen that movie, what is it? The Breakup with Vince Vaughn. Highly underrated comedy.
So good.
Yeah, dude, Polyana Viana has one thing going for her that no other fighter in the UFC female division, regardless of weight, can say. She's got 13 wins. She's never won by decision. Okay, she's got 8 subs and 5 knockouts. No joke. Polyana Viana, she may be a different fighter in the third round, but in the first round, she is dangerous. She's got more fights in the UFC. Her last fight, she knocks out Jin Frey, and that's better competition. She lost a unanimous decision to Tabitha Ricci, and I think Tabitha Ricci is really tough. I think Tabitha Ricci would smoke Lucinda and just rustle her head off. But before that, she subbed 2 girls, and this is in the UFC, not in a small promotion. Okay, so it looked like her early UFC, she was 2-2 in her first 4, and in her last 4, she's 3-1. And she's got 3 finishes. So I think a really nice bet to boost your parlay, a good parlay piece would be Viana by TKO or sub, because women fighters are always high odds to finish, but she's finished everybody she's beat. So averages 2.4 sub attempts. I just think that Lucindo at 21 years old might be biting off a little bit more than she can chew. And Viana's experience and the fact that she's been through some wars, she's been beat up on, and she's starting to dish out the beatings now. It's like your senior year in wrestling. You know, you paid the price. Now it's time to kick some ass. And I just think at 31 years old, she's kind of coming into the best fights that we've seen from her. And I think she pulls off the upset. And this is a lot of smoke for a new prospect to be a favorite over a girl like Viana. She's not going to just lay down. She's out of shoot box. And people would rather die than tap. Yeah, I got Viana pulling off a decision. I'll say, yeah, first round submission when they're dry and on the ground because she goes for it first round. So
that's gonna pay out, huh?
I bet that's about plus 600 if you pick Viana by first round sub on FanDuel. It's probably plus 600.
Ooh, all you gamblers out there, throw $20 down on that. Might get you some change. But hey, do you ever get the feeling that you're looking at Bill's room, but that's not good?
You know, I feel like Bill's been really transparent lately. You know, like right. you see right through him. You know,
yeah.
No matter whether he tries to hide it or not. Like, I mean, I don't even see him.
Yeah, ever since you took 2 points in a row from him, it's just kind of like he just isn't really there. Right?
Doesn't like hanging out with us. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Bill. We're just talking about you a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What a great guy we think you are.
All right. Let's get down to it. We got a light heavyweight fight, and I know all of these names. All right, I've been doing it long enough that I've actually recognized some people. So we got Khalil Roundtree Jr. All right, he's coming in at 12-5 in this light heavyweight fight versus Chris Duckus coming in at 12-6. Now, as you know, I was doing some research, and you got to go way back. All right, you got to look at some film. All right, if you think it, if you actually worship UFC as much as I do. All right, I actually got film of Chris at 16. All right, getting arrested for cow tipping. All right, and he definitely looks like a cow tipper. So I'm gonna. There's an old wrestling move called the cow catcher. All right, Roundtree's gonna come in and he's gonna get caught in the cow catcher. All right, cow catcher to the head. Okay, second round, cow catcher knockout. All right, that's what's happening. Put your money on it. Look it up. It's one of the worst finishes you've ever seen. It's ugly. You're not gonna like it. So, Cyborg, what say you?
I'm sorry. Who did you pick? I got distracted.
Dawkins, my cow catcher.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Look it up. Look it up. If it's never happened to you,
I'll look it up. Yeah.
Yourself one of the
That'll be the very first thing I do after this. What the? All right. So on this one, I got Roundtree. I feel like he's got the power, obviously, to put Dawkins away, and Dawkins, he's got the chin on him to be put away. He just does, and I don't like how he doesn't set up his shots or really play any good defense, but he just throws shit out there. I think he gets caught. I think he gets caught early. Right? Defense, so overrated. I think he gets caught. I think he gets caught early. Maybe doesn't go out the first round, but I'm going to go with round 2 KO on that one for Roundtree.
Very nice. Trigger Joe, what say you?
Yeah. You know what this fight is? It's a night game in Madison, Wisconsin in about October when you're undefeated. It's a trap game. And there's only one reason why it's a trap. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Dawkins can box. Okay? He's got offensive boxing. And this is the first time we've seen him at light heavyweight. He just got done fighting Derek Lewis, Curtis Blades, and Jairzinho Rozenstruik in succession. Did he stay conscious for all of those fights? No, he didn't stay conscious for any of them. He got knocked out in all 3. But Khalil Roundtree is a natural light heavyweight who can fight at middleweight. Dawkins had to cut 40 pounds from his last fight to make 205. So, will his chin take a punch from a guy smaller better? Probably. Is his chin so glass-filled they should call it a chandelier at heavyweight? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Khalil Roundtree also is that dude in the back of the gym that they say, hey, you know that dude in the back of the bar with the trucker hat real low? When you get to Fort Bragg, they're like, yeah, don't mess with that dude. He doesn't want you to mess with him either. Khalil Roundtree's 12-5 record might be the biggest mystery in the UFC. That's a guy you don't want to sleep on. He'll break your leg in half with an oblique kick like he did against Bukauskas in the last fight. And I think that's how he wins the fight here, because if you look at Dawkins, all of his weight is above his belt line. He's got chicken legs. Roundtree looks like skin painted on muscle. They're both 33. I think Roundtree gets that oblique kick going early to the point where Dawkins' boxing is nullified and useless. They both got the same reach, so that's out the window. And I think Roundtree connects, but it's going to take him 2 rounds to do it. And by the time he connects, Dawkins will not be able to walk because he's going to take that lead leg apart. And then once that's open, I see Roundtree with another knockout victory. Very nice. I got Roundtree second round KO.
Very nice. All right, the champ, what say you?
Joe, this is why we're friends. Joe nailed it. Dawkins can't handle heavyweight division. They're just whooping his ass, and they're all sleeping him. So he's dropping in weight. But here's the problem. Khalil Roundtree has one of the most underrated leg kicks in the UFC. The only area I'm disagreeing with Joe is I'm putting this ending in the 3rd round. I think Khalil knows not to sit here and do the boxing game with him, but I think he's going to spend 2 rounds just chopping away at that lead leg. And I don't think Chris Dawkins might not. It's almost going to look like remember when Jose Aldo fought dipshit over in Strikeforce. I think he's just going to chop away at that leg for 2 rounds straight until Chris Dawkins can't stand it on it anymore. So I got Khalil Roundtree by TKO in the 3rd round, but I think he's going to be led up by 2 rounds of just chopping away at that lead leg. If that doesn't end him, I mean, it could be like the Bukauskas fight, like you said. He could just end him by shattering that knee in half, which is possible. But I got Khalil Roundtree, TKO third round. And honestly, I like Roundtree as one of my locks, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And this isn't like, for the people that are listening, these aren't your average leg kicks. I know we talk about leg kicks a lot. Okay. This is different. This kicks you just above the knee and bends your leg backwards to the point where fighters who have been hit with it are petitioning to get it banned.
Yeah.
Stephen Thompson's one of them. Rampage thinks it should be. Rampage thinks it's cheating. Like, it's that effective. And Dawkins is he's an ex-cop, which I got mad respect for him, but he's a boxer and nothing else. He's a great boxer for a guy his size. He really is a good MMA boxer, but those legs are going to get destroyed.
Now, who was that fight, Joe? Like, 2 or 3 months ago that he ruined our parlay, and he just stood there and got kicked for 3 straight rounds.
William Knight against Marcin Prochnio.
Yes,
William Knight should never fight in the UFC again.
Yes, it was 130 strikes, 128 of them.
Okay, yes, but
and both guys had a bunch of knockouts. Yeah, both guys had a bunch of knockouts, and Prochnio had been knocked out a few times, and so everyone was picking under the distance. So the rumor mill and the conspiracy theorists are saying that William Knight just bet his whole purse on the fight to go the distance.
Oh, and he just stood there. Nice. I like it.
Never
All right.
engaged. Never.
Before we get into the co-main, again, all right, we sell shirts, people. All right, we are a veteran-owned company, unlike Grunt Style. Okay, so go ahead and get our shirt. Stacks is wearing it to behoove you. All right, I got the original, all right, with the dumpster fire, with the beers over it. All right, top left corner, you got the QR code. All right, go ahead and scan it. You'll see all the Bills wearing the baseball tee that Joe designed.
Hey, the Tigers were playing the Red Sox, but the hats are badass.
Nobody cares about the Tigers. All right, and Baker, I already covered the new website. All right,
well, I do. You dick.
So, but either way, let's see here. All right, go get a shirt. Honestly, like we just want to have nice things for the show. So go get some damn shirts. The co-main. All right, and we got. What kind of fight is this? I forgot. I didn't even write it down. All right. What is it? A welterweight? Featherweight? Yeah, featherweight.
Featherweight fight.
These little tiny.
Nick, you need to know something before you say anything about this fight in your pick.
What's that?
Bob Swanson fights out of Jackson Link.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good because one, nobody cares about featherweights. All right. It's like they're just like I say this all the time. All right, they're just like gymnasts. Everyone's like, oh, look at their 6-pack. It's like, oh, he's 106 pounds. Okay, like. He weighs my right leg. All right. Like, no, knock it off. But his name's Cubby. All right. And everybody knows that anything associated with the Cubs, anything associated with Illinois, all right, is hot garbage. All right. Stupid. But anyways, Cubby Swanson coming in at 28-13 versus Hakeem Dawodu at whatever his record is. What does it say? I can't even write it down. 13-3-1. So I'm going to go Hakeem putting Cubby to sleep so that he dreams. All right. So Hakeem the Dream with a left hook shot.
That was an Olajuwon reference.
Yeah. Hakeem the Dream, Olajuwon. Okay. And so Trigger Joe, do you see Hakeem winning with a left hook shot to the face?
I'm gonna give Cub his respect, and I've seen that guy still standing. When I didn't think he should. And, Dawodu is not a supreme finisher, but I will say one thing about Dawodu. He is much younger, much less battle worn. And my God, I was watching a video and they were showing about these guys working out and embedded in their gyms. And they showed Dawodu after a workout with no shirt on. And that dude at 145 is about as scary as you can look with a shirt off. He's just pure muscle. I've seen Cub show a little bit of the signs of the wars he's been in some of the fights he's been. And yeah, he still can bang, man, and he still will bang. But I think Dawodu's 3.5 inches of reach here probably saves him, and I don't think Cub is going to be able to muscle him around and take him down. So I got Dawodu winning a decision here, and what could either be a war if Cub pushes it. Or it could be one of those stalemates that you see a lot of leaning on the fence and not a whole lot of damage. But that's not really like Cub Swanson. But the dude's got 13 losses and he's almost 40 years old. I'm going to take Dawodu to get it done. Maybe 5 years ago I would have taken Cub, but not now. So, yeah, I got Dawodu winning the decision.
All right, there you have it, fight fans. Dawodu by decision by Trigger Joe. Didn't sound too epic, but I think that's what we're going with. All right, VTT Senate 7, the champ. Let's see. Unfart your microphone.
Jesus Christ. All right, there we go.
Now the Lord's involved. All right, like we were doing so good. All right, we didn't need that. We didn't need that.
God didn't do that. You did it. Fear and loathing.
Anyway, I'm with Joe on this one. I think Cub needs to probably look at retiring soon. I mean, he's not a belt contender anymore. Dawodu is a little younger. He's got some time left in him, but I do think Dawodu is going to bring this to a decision. I think this will probably be a pretty entertaining fight to watch. But I think over is a really safe bet on this one. If you want to go money line, take Dawodu by decision. I'm with Joe on this one. I think Cub's tough. He just doesn't have it anymore. And I think Dawodu is good enough to drag this to decision. That's what he likes to do. If you look at his fight record, is drag a lot of decisions out. So I think that's how this is going to go. He's a minus 230 favorite. I think that's probably about right. So Dawodu by decision.
All right, very nice. DrunkenCyborg, what say you?
So I'm going to go with Dawodu as well on this one. Honestly, I think Swanson can stand and bang with him easily. However, I think he gets picked apart there, especially with that reach advantage that he doesn't overcome super well. I'd see Swanson trying to take it to the ground, but Dawodu has good enough ground fighting that I don't see Swanson catching him on the ground. He's just going to get back up. They're going to stand and bang again, and he's just going to keep getting picked apart until they go to decision. So I'm going to go with the guys and go Dawodu decision on that.
Very nice. So they're all going with the Canuck, except for Joe, right? Joe, you went Cubby?
No. All of us went samesies.
Oh, that's a
samesies.
Again, this should be a pretty easy main card parlay.
Yeah, I don't think we've disagreed. Yeah,
I don't think none of you disagree.
Unlike you queers over a fight night. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. Is that bad?
No, it's not.
The Canucks.
I think queer.
They're two brothers, and they're split on the pick on every close fight, so one of them can always be right, and they drive me nuts, and I troll the shit out of them. Like, why don't you guys change the name of the show to We're Split on the Pick? Yeah, they're different.
Yeah, so they're not queer.
Isn't queer being different? There's a definition.
I thought queer was the same. I don't know. Any queers on here? Tell us, hey, if you're in the chat and you're queer, can you let us know what that means? We're not quite sure. Hey, yeah, cover your face, Bill.
I heard happy. I heard that's what it means.
Gay is happy. Right?
Gay is happy.
Yeah, so.
Shit. Well, I fucked up.
Yeah. Well, all right, let's go to the main event. And it's a welterweight fight. And we got Vincent Luque.
Vincente.
Luque. All right, at 21.
Vincente Luque.
Yeah, Luque. Yeah. Oh, Luque.
He's got a cousin named Daniel.
Still with the epic cart roll of the Baker, throwing Baker out of the cart, breaking his elbow. That was all Daniel.
I'm so not surprised that it happened with Luque driving. I'm just not.
It was.
I don't know why.
Broken.
Yeah, I know. I told him it wasn't broken right away. All right, so we got Rafael Dos Anjos. All right, coming in at 32-14, and I stopped caring at the point in time of researching these fights for hours. So I'm just gonna go with the old man here. Old man strength, old man knockout. All right, I heard Vincente was dating his daughter, and Rafael got pissed and gonna knock him out. So, Bill, what say you on this one, the champ?
First of all, that cart roll is one of the greatest moments of my life.
Yes, it's unbelievable. The screech of the tire, the screech of the tires, and then the squeal of Chris, right? Like as it happened. Like there will never be a sound bite. If you capture that sound bite, it would be used on every sports show. Like whenever there was a good
All right, back to the
somebody rope a hog? What is that noise? Who's squealing?
So This is a pretty even fight, but I like RDA on this one. I like Dos Anjos on this one. I like Dos Anjos by decision. I think this will be a pretty good fight. I used to really like Luque, but the way Jeff Neal picked his ass apart in their last fight, it just I lost a lot of faith in Luque on that one. Jeff Neal just stood back and jabbed the shit out of him and just made him look silly. And I think that exposed Luque big time. Luque's going to keep trying to go for takedowns. I think Dos Anjos is good enough to not fall for that crap, and he's got great ground defense, and he's great on the ground himself. So I got RDA winning this by decision. I think a lot of people learned a big lesson from Jeff Neal on how to beat Luque. So I got RDA by decision.
Very nice, very nice. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, this might be the first card in a long time that we've gone almost identical and finish identical, because I got RDA winning a nice, good fight. Probably it's probably going to be a war. I think Luque has his moments, but when Bill was saying Jeff Neal, that's all I think about now when I see Luque, and it's in the words of old Mick, who was Rocky's corner man until Mr. T screwed it up. He's got a ticker problem, and I think that I think that Luque's heart gets snatched in some of these fights where dude, if Jeff Neal was mean enough to outgut you, RDA is definitely mean enough to outgut you, because Rafael Dos Anjos, he ain't going away quietly, and he was giving Fiziev all Fiziev wanted until he got KO'd in the 5th round, which was still, in my mind, will be Fiziev's greatest moment of his career if he doesn't get a belt, because that was one hell of a knockout in the 5th. I had RDA winning the fight on 3-2 decision. So that just proves you he can still go with the younger guys, and I don't think 38-31 is too big of a gap. I think the reach might be an issue, except for the fact that RDA is a natural southpaw, and I see RDA firing a left hand down the pipe, because what do you throw when you're a lefty boxing a righty? Straight lefts. And RDA is going to – I think he catches them with enough. And I think RDA's wrestling is actually better than Luque's. And I see RDA landing a couple of takedowns and getting himself a couple of 2-minute gap control times early. And, going in, maybe losing one. If Sal D'Amato's judging, who God knows what he'll say. But I think RDA wins 4-1 in a decision and looks good doing it.
Very nice, very nice. All right, we get to end, our card picks with the Drunken Cyborg. What say you?
Honestly, I'm going the same route. I've got RDA by decision on this one. He's the more active fighter. I had this on paper long before I got here. You
never have to justify yourself.
Fuck all the
Big Earl, ever. So yeah.
Notes, man. Notes.
Is that Sanskrit?
No, I got him by.
Are you majoring in a 7,000-year-old dead language? What is that? Yeah.
Aramaic.
It's art crawl. Don't ask decisions. Or don't ask decisions. Don't ask questions. What the fuck? By decision. I got RDA by decision. He reads his opponents better. Luque. How do you fucking say his name? I don't know. Vincent.
Say it like Liu Kang without the G.
Vicente. All right, you gotta eat your meatballs.
No, I'll disrespect the shit out of this. So he's too careful. Like he tries to walk people down, which would be great if you actually did something as you were walking people down. He doesn't actually do anything with his walk downs. He just follows people around and gets hit in the face a whole shit ton. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching it. And RDA is gonna piece him up. I don't see him putting him away, but I think he's going to piece him up the entire fucking time. And that's my decision on that one.
All right. So who did you go with on that one? I got confused in your Spanish.
Yeah, RDA.
RDA. Who's RDA?
Rafael.
It's Rafi. Thank you.
Hey, that's his nickname. So Cyborg, did you put a parlay together? Did you put some locks together? It's okay. It's okay if you did
a few things together.
Yeah. So give it.
No. I did this time.
Yeah. We'll stick with you. Who do you got? Who you betting on?
Yeah. So I'm going RDA for sure and Roundtree. Roundtree 100% is a lock. I'm definitely going Fremd. I'm gonna do a smaller parlay on this one, so it's gonna be those three, and then I'm gonna go with Viana as my sleeper.
Ooh, all right, there you have it. Nothing else. That's it. That's who you're betting on. The two. You're starting small with 2.
That's all I got.
We're about to get wild. Okay, we're about to get this money thrown out.
Go snap.
By the way, Bill still got a lot of my money. We're about to throw it down here. I have a good feeling about this one. So, all right, let's go with Trigger Joe. Who you got? Who's your parlays, your locks, your DraftKings sleeper?
As always, I'm going to say that in reverse. And I think anybody building a DraftKings team would be wise to put Vienna and Dobson on it, and then you can afford anybody you want after that. Because I think those two both have a very good shot of winning, and they're both plus money. My locks, Roundtree is going to be a lock for sure. And I want to lock up this dude McGee on the prelims because he's fighting JP Bays, but I'm not gonna. So Roundtree's going to be my only lock, but I feel very comfortable about a couple of fights on the prelims. So here's my parlay going from the prelims up. I'm going to take Jacqueline. I'm going to take Jacqueline Amorin over Montserrat Conejo because I think Montserrat Conejo is only getting fights because she did the UFC a favor. So I got this girl in the prelims winning by decision. Then I'm going with Terrence McKinney to actually win a fight over Matt Breeden. I just think that McKinney has the potential and the talent. He knocked out Matt Favola. The dude may be a flash in the pan, journeyman fighter, but I think he's got the finishing potential to win that fight. So I like Terrence McKinney over Matt Breeden. And then Marcus McGee over JP Bays. JP Bays doesn't need to fight in the UFC. I feel so bad for the guy. He comes in with a wife. She leaves him for Roman Dolidze, a much bigger UFC fighter, and then he goes on like a 3-fight losing streak. It's pretty bad. It's been a bad run for JP. But yeah, I got McGee winning after his last fight. He looked great. He was an underdog, came in off a smaller promotion, had a lot of hype behind him, and he won his debut, and he was big time plus money. So I like McGee and that one. Then Fremd, we're all pretty comfortable with him. Roundtree, I'm going to put Dawodu in there, and RDA.
I like it.
Yep.
Say the
I think that's 7 fighter. All right, we're gonna go real quick. Jacqueline Amorin over Montserrat Conejo. Terrence McKinney to beat Matt Breeden. McGee to beat JP Bays. Josh Fremd to beat Jamie Pickett. Khalil Roundtree to beat Chris Dawkins. Hakeem Dawodu over Cub Swanson, and RDA over Vicente Luque.
I got it. Yep. All right, perfect. Before we go to the champ, all right, just remember, if you don't have money, don't gamble. We're doing sports picks here and parlays. This is how the big Earl bets. When these guys say lock and Cyborg says lock, all right, I put money on the locks, individual bets, right? Just that person, how it's going to get done. And then the parlays, I put enough on the locks to cover my parlays because unless we go real big, then it's crazy. But I have a feeling we're going big on this one, Bill. But Bill, let's go. Give me the parlays. Give me the locks. Give me the DraftKings.
Okay. I'm going to start bottom to top. I like Ruiz. Boudet. I'm with Joe on this one as well. I like McGee. Friend, obviously. Dobson. Roundtree. Dobson, my DraftKings sleeper. And if you want to get real ballsy, on the early prelims, you got a guy named Blackshear who fights out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. I actually like him to come through on his fight too. So Ruiz, Boudet, McGee, Friend, Dobson, Roundtree. And if you want to get real crazy, go with the Blackshear on the early prelims as well.
Very nice. Very nice. But hey, Bill, what do you think about doing a main card parlay for $100?
Let's do it.
Based on, because you guys all went with the same people. Let's just
what the hell? Let's do it.
Let's just do it. Throw $100 on that bad boy. See what that pays out. That should be a good one. I think that.
I mean, we do have 2 underdogs on there, so we've got our little crazy in the Kool-Aid picks in there.
Right, because I'm still up $200, right? So let's do 100 of those winnings on a crazy parlay. And then I say we put like 3 bills on your favorite lock. What is that, Roundtree? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do 3 bills on Roundtree. Right?
Okay.
I think we're good there. All right. And then everything else will be champagne. All right, and we'll do good. But all right, hey, thanks for watching, fight fans. And we're only about 26, 27 days away, all right, from the NFL. And then you get to hear the big Earl talk even more, which I know what all y'all want, right? So, and again, I shared a little meme to get the shit talking going the other day. And guess what? The last person, can you believe who was still alive to see the last Detroit playoff win? It was John F. Kennedy. All right, God rest his soul. All right, so like it is what it is. I don't think
I got a feeling that you're gonna have to live in the past as a Packers fan, talking shit about the Lions this year.
You better be careful. You better be careful with Jordan Love. Yeah.
I'm just saying, JS, just say, yeah, I'm just a guy over here saying things, eh?
Yeah.
No, I like the Lions to win the North.
You're kind of like Bengals fans. You're kind of like Bengals fans right now. You got a little bit except for they won playoff games. Like,
I was gonna say, I hope we're just like Bengals fans. That would be good.
That would be awesome.
Super Bowl.
But yeah, they're already talking about it. But all right, hey, we are starting season 3 tomorrow. All right, of the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, and we got a cannoli coming on, Nick Manetti. All right, whatever, some Italian guy who started a nonprofit for skateboarding, whatever that means. But if you go check out Warrior Skate Company, all right, that's who we got coming on. He's going to tell us how he is using skateboarding to help bridge the gap with some veterans that maybe might not have anything to do, and they might want to try a new hobby. So we will bring him on, and of course, Buddy is in Europe again. So Buddy will be coming live from Europe, and Faceman, who knows? Who knows how he shows up?
Does Europe know that he's there?
Europe knows he's marinating.
They might have an issue with it.
Whatever.
Uh-oh.
And for once, Bill and I are together, so I don't have to do the Gold Star Teen Adventures. Bill gets to do it. We do a lot of nonprofit support here. Every day's a Saturday just jumped on. Oh, the Marine's on here. You're late, you fucking jarhead. All right, but on the golf tournament that Veteran Trash Talk and Gruntworks sponsored, we raised $4,500 for the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. So we're going to send them a nice big fat check. And we actually split that in half. And the guys who pitched into the donation, the guy played for closest to the pin for 2 days. One of the guys who won it, when I handed him the cash, he gave it right back and said, give it to the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. That's Ramiro Gutierrez. All right, big shout out to you and not taking that money and giving it right back to where best.
Trust me, he would have said your name if you pocketed the money, and we'd have a whole different opinion of you.
We know the other guy who pocketed the money. He's a bookie, so I'm going to leave him alone. All right, and he's got some friends. But Bill,
scumbag. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, again, please go out there, look at goldstarteenadventures.org and wearblue.runtoremember.org. Both organizations put all the money towards Gold Star kids. Gold Star Teen Adventures, they follow all of our Gold Star kids and first responder kids now. They take them on scuba diving trips, skydiving, hunting, leadership. They take them through college, everything you can possibly think of, just to remind these kids they are not alone and not forgotten. And a shameless plug, especially for Dave Tretton out there if he's watching, which he clearly does not. My team, the Gold Star Century team, will be running a 50-miler in February to help raise money for goldstarteenadventures.org. So please go to both those websites, goldstarteenadventures.org and wearblue.runtoremember.org. Please donate these money. It goes all straight to the Gold Star kids.
All right. Well, all right. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow, 1700 Eastern Time, for the Season 3, all right, premiere of the Veteran Trash Talk Hour. Deuces.